I brought an 1860 crib quilt for several reasons. First of all, it's extremely rare, and it happens to be in pristine condition. And it has quite a beautiful story. It's a red and green, which quilters are enthusiastic about. They love red and green. And these are all little 1 inch by 1 inch squares that have all been put together. And then it's all hand quilted, obviously, since it predates sewing machines. What was an interesting part of this story is that the museum found out about this quilt, and it was they needed to sell the quilt. They couldn't just donate the quilt. And at the same time, unfortunately, a tragedy struck one of our members whose son was killed in Iraq. And she wanted to do some kind of memorial in his honor. And so she asked all of their friends and relatives to donate to the museum for the purpose of acquiring this quilt. And so this quilt, anytime it's displayed, is for the Josh Hager Memorial. And it's just a way of showing that this gift that was given for a baby back in the mid-1800s Civil War days, it came from back east. We don't know exactly where, but because of some of the fabrics, we know it has Eastern millwork fabric in it. So it's made its journey, and it's a gift that is still continuing to give, and that it's just a way that the community kind of came around an artifact and used it as a way to celebrate and honor someone's life and sacrifice.
Nice. Nice.
This is actually a place in Montana, not in Colorado, but it's Chalice Peak, a place I took a lot of groups of kids, probably 15 years ago. But it represents for me the outdoors. I think for me in my journey of faith, that's always been a place where I kind of had a sense of God more than anywhere, a place where I kind of get in connection and contact. And so that's part of why I love to live here. The other thing, though, is I think being in places like this where you kind of become aware of, or I became aware of my size relative to the rest of the world. And I think that stirred in me that sense of learning how to serve, and that there's something bigger than myself. And so just that period of my life, even 15 years ago, kind of that sense of awakening that my life is really about more than just myself or my success or whatever it is, but about finding ways to serve others. So that's kind of the story for that for me.
Thank you very much for sharing.